The interrogation chamber aboard the HFY Dominion flagship was designed to break minds. Commander Marcus Chen had been strapped to the neural interface chair for 6 standard hours. His consciousness assaulted by pain frequencies that could reduce most sentient beings to gibbering madness within minutes. The human sat there, eyes closed, occasionally humming what sounded like an old Earth tune. General Vexthul observed from behind reinforced transparisteel, his 6 arms crossed in frustration. The HFY had conquered 17 star systems using these very techniques. Their neural torture devices had extracted secrets from the most hardened warriors of a dozen species. Yet this lone human, captured during the failed defense of Proxima Station, remained unbroken. "Increase the neural disruption to maximum intensity," Vexthul commanded through the comm. The technician's mandibles clicked nervously. "General, that level could cause permanent brain damage or death." "Do it." The machine's harmonic whine intensified. Energy coursed through the neural crown pressed against Chen's skull. His body convulsed once, twice, then went still. For a moment, Vexthul thought they had finally succeeded in breaking the human's mind. Then Chen opened his eyes and smiled. "Is that it?" Chen asked, his voice steady despite the sweat beading on his forehead. "Because I've had root canals that hurt worse than this." Vexthul's chitinous exoskeleton darkened with rage. He stormed into the chamber, his imposing 2.5-meter frame casting shadows over the restrained human. "How?" the general demanded. "No species can withstand our neural disruptors at maximum power. We have tested this on hundreds of prisoners across dozens of worlds." Chen shrugged as much as his restraints allowed. "Maybe you haven't met the right kind of prisoner before. I will break you, human. I will extract every piece of intelligence about your pathetic species' defenses. Before I am finished, you will beg for death." Chen actually laughed, a genuine hearty sound that echoed off the chamber walls. "You know what your problem is, General. You've been picking on the wrong neighborhood." Vexthul leaned closer, his acid-scarred face inches from Chen's. "Explain." "Humans don't break the same way other species do," Chen said conversationally. "See, we're persistence hunters by evolution. Back on Earth, our ancestors would chase prey for days across scorching deserts and frozen tundra. When the gazelle collapsed from exhaustion, the human would still be jogging along, barely winded." The general's 4 eyes narrowed. "Primitive hunting tactics mean nothing here." "Oh, but they do," Chen continued, warming to his subject. "We're endurance predators, General. We don't give up ever. You want to know what humans do for fun? We run 26.2 miles just to prove we can. We climb mountains that kill people regularly. We invented something called extreme sports because regular danger wasn't exciting enough." Vexthul activated the neural disruptor again. Chen's muscles tensed, but he kept talking through gritted teeth. "My grandfather survived 3 years in a Japanese POW camp during World War II. You know what they used to do to prisoners? Bamboo torture, waterboarding, psychological warfare that would make your little light show here look like a spa treatment. He came home and lived another 60 years. The general deactivated the device, studying the human with growing unease. "My great-great-grandmother walked 1,000 miles across the American frontier with 2 small children, fighting off wolves and surviving on roots and berries. She buried one husband and married another, all while carving a homestead out of wilderness that killed tougher men than you." Chen's eyes met Vexthul's directly. "You think pain scares us? General, humans are so comfortable with suffering that we turned it into entertainment. We watch movies where the heroes get tortured and shot and blown up, and we cheer when they keep fighting. We pay money to ride roller coasters that simulate mortal terror." "Impossible," Vexthul hissed. "No species could evolve such what? Stubbornness? Stupidity? Refusal to know when we're beaten?" Chen grinned wider. "General, my species once had a war that lasted 100 years. Over some farming territory, we fought wars over trade routes, over who gets to worship which invisible skyfather, over lines on maps that only existed in our heads." The neural disruptor activated again without Vexthul's command. The technician had panicked, thinking the human was somehow fighting back. Chen's body seized, but his voice never wavered. "You know what's really going to ruin your day, General? I'm not even military. I'm a maintenance engineer. 3rd class. You caught the guy who fixes broken toilets on space stations, and you can't break him with your best torture device." Vexthul stepped back, a chill running through his exoskeleton. "The real soldiers?" Chen continued. The Marines, the Special Forces, the people trained for war, they're going to make your life very interesting when they get here, because humans don't abandon their own, ever. They're already coming for me, and they're going to be absolutely furious about how you've been treating their plumber. An alarm began blaring throughout the ship. Vexthul's communication implant crackled to life. General! Multiple human ships dropping out of hyperspace. They're demanding the return of their prisoner. Chen's laugh echoed through the chamber again. Right on schedule. You should probably start thinking about surrender terms, General. Because you picked a fight with a species that considers impossible odds a challenge, not a deterrent. As the first human weapons began hammering the Kethvar shields, Vexthul realized he had made a fundamental error. He had tried to break a creature whose entire evolutionary history was defined by one simple truth. Humans don't know when to quit. And that was exactly what made them terrifying.